Hey everyone, welcome back to Top 10 Amazing Facts. Today, we're talking about one of the most beloved holidays in the United States, Thanksgiving. It's a day filled with food, family, football, and gratitude. But behind the mashed potatoes and pumpkin pie lies a fascinating story that spans over 4 years of history. From the very first harvest feast shared between Pilgrims and Native Americans to modern parades and presidential turkey pardons, there's a lot to be thankful for, and a lot to learn. Stick around for a bonus fact at the end about how one woman single-handedly made Thanksgiving a national holiday. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss another amazing video. Fact number 1. The first Thanksgiving was in 1621. Let's travel back to the year 1621 in Plymouth, Massachusetts. The Pilgrims had just survived a brutal first winter after arriving on the Mayflower, where nearly half their group perished. When the next fall brought a bountiful harvest, they celebrated with the Wampanoag tribe, who had helped them learn how to plant corn, fish, and survive in the New World. The feast lasted 3 full days, with around 90 Native Americans and 50 English settlers. But here's the twist. Turkey wasn't even on the menu. They feasted on venison, duck, goose, cornmeal, fish, and pumpkins, all prepared over open fires. There were no forks, no mashed potatoes, and no pies. Just a communal meal of gratitude after surviving against all odds. Fact number 2. Thanksgiving wasn't an annual holiday at first. You might think Thanksgiving has always been a yearly tradition, but for over 2 centuries it wasn't. Early colonial settlements held days of prayer and thanksgiving sporadically, sometimes after a good harvest, sometimes after a military victory. Each colony, and later, each state, celebrated on different dates. It wasn't until 1863, in the middle of the Civil War, that President Abraham Lincoln made Thanksgiving a national holiday. He wanted a day for Americans to come together, despite being divided by war, and give thanks for what they still shared. His proclamation established it as an annual national tradition, a moment of unity in one of the darkest periods of American history. Fact number 3. The date of Thanksgiving was once changed. Fast forward to 1939, the Great Depression was still weighing heavily on the economy. President Franklin D. Roosevelt decided to move Thanksgiving up 1 week earlier to give retailers more time before Christmas, hoping to boost holiday shopping. But not everyone was happy. Many people protested the change, calling it Franksgiving. Some states followed the new date, others stuck to the old one, and for 2 years, Americans actually celebrated Thanksgiving on different days. Finally, in 1941, Congress stepped in and officially declared the 4th Thursday in November as Thanksgiving Day, once and for all. Fact number 4. The first Macy's parade featured real animals. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is one of America's most iconic traditions, but it started way back in 1924 with a very different lineup. The first parade included not just bands and floats, but real animals borrowed from the Central Park Zoo, elephants, camels, and even lions. The idea was to attract Christmas shoppers to Macy's in New York City. 3 years later, in 1927, the first giant helium balloon appeared. Featuring Felix the cat, and the crowd went wild over the years, characters like Mickey Mouse, Snoopy, and Spider-Man joined the lineup. Today, the parade draws over 50 million viewers across TV and streaming, making it one of the biggest holiday spectacles in the world. Fact number 5. Football and Thanksgiving go hand in hand. For many families, Thanksgiving isn't complete without a good football game. This tradition dates all the way back to 1876, when Yale and Princeton faced off in one of the earliest Thanksgiving college games. By 1934, the Detroit Lions decided to host a Thanksgiving Day NFL game to attract more fans, and it worked. That first game was broadcast nationally on radio, and it became an instant hit. Today, it's an unshakable part of the holiday, with the Lions, Cowboys, and now an added Thursday night game forming the core of the NFL's Thanksgiving lineup. It's food, family, and football, the American trifecta. Fact number 6. The presidential turkey pardon. Every Thanksgiving, one lucky turkey gets to live another day, thanks to a quirky tradition known as the presidential turkey pardon. While the story is often linked to President Harry Truman, it wasn't until 1989, under President George H.W. Bush, that it became an official annual event. Each year, the National Turkey Federation presents two turkeys to the president, one official turkey and one backup. The pardoned birds are given names like Peanut Butter and Jelly or Liberty and Bell, and they often retire to farms or petting zoos. It's a lighthearted ceremony that adds a bit of humor and warmth to the holiday season. Fact number 7. Pumpkin pie has a long, sweet history. Pumpkin pie might be the star of the Thanksgiving dessert table, but the Pilgrims didn't have the ovens or ingredients to bake one in 1621. Instead, they made roasted pumpkin filled with milk, honey, and spices, a kind of early custard. By the 1800s, with the invention of better kitchen tools, pumpkin pie had become a national favorite. It symbolized harvest abundance, home cooking, and the American frontier spirit. Today, Americans eat about 50 million pumpkin pies each Thanksgiving, and according to surveys, it's still the country's #1 holiday dessert. Fact number 8. Canada celebrates Thanksgiving too. Thanksgiving isn't just an American tradition. Canada has its own version, celebrated on the second Monday of October. It actually dates back to 1578, when English explorer Martin Frobisher gave thanks after surviving a dangerous Arctic expedition. Canadian Thanksgiving focuses on gratitude for the harvest rather than historical events. The foods are quite similar: turkey, mashed potatoes, and pie, but the holiday is earlier because Canada's harvest season ends sooner. In some provinces, it's also a long weekend, giving families more time to relax and enjoy the fall colors. Fact number 9. The feast is enormous. Americans go all out for Thanksgiving dinner, and the numbers prove it. Every year, people eat around 46 million turkeys, 80 million pounds of cranberries, and 50 million pumpkin pies in just one day. That's a massive feast, with the average person consuming roughly 4,500 calories in a single meal. And that's not even counting leftovers, which often last the entire weekend. In fact, Friendsgiving celebrations and post-Thanksgiving turkey sandwiches have become a tradition of their own. It's indulgent, yes, but it's also one of the few times each year when people slow down and truly enjoy a meal together. Fact number 10. The true spirit is gratitude. Beyond the feasts, parades, and football, Thanksgiving is ultimately about gratitude, something that transcends cultures and centuries. Families often go around the table sharing what they're thankful for. Some people volunteer at shelters or donate to food drives to help those in need. The spirit of Thanksgiving reminds us to pause, reflect, and appreciate the people and moments that truly matter. In a world that's often rushed and noisy, this one day invites everyone to slow down and simply say, "Thank you." Bonus fact: the woman who saved. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving might have faded into history if not for one determined woman, Sarah Josepha Hale, the same woman who wrote "Mary Had a Little Lamb." Starting in the 1840s, she launched a 17-year campaign to make Thanksgiving a national holiday, writing letters to presidents, governors, and newspapers. She believed the holiday could bring unity to a divided nation. Her efforts finally paid off in 1863, when Abraham Lincoln responded to her plea and made Thanksgiving an official national holiday. So, the next time you sit down for turkey and stuffing, remember, without Sarah Hale's persistence, Thanksgiving might never have become what it is today. So, there you have it. 10 incredible facts about Thanksgiving that go way beyond the turkey. Which part of Thanksgiving do you love the most? The food, the football, or the family time? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you're thankful for. From all of us at Top 10 Amazing Facts, happy Thanksgiving!